All right, today we're diving into something pretty powerful. A few ancient stories of healing. Narratives that have given people hope for centuries. We're drawing from an article by the American Bible Society to really get to the heart of what makes these stories stick around for so long.
So you gotta ask yourself, right? Why do these particular stories still hit so hard, even thousands of years later? Well, according to the source article we're looking at, people have always turned to them for hope, especially when things get tough. So let's really dig into why they provide such lasting comfort.
For literally centuries, these stories have been this deep well of encouragement. So now we're going to break a few of them down to see what's really going on under the hood that makes them so powerful.
You know, the Gospels are just filled with accounts of Jesus healing the sick. It's a huge theme. But the article we're using zeroes in on a few really key examples. And what's cool is that each one shows us a totally different side of this whole idea of healing and hope. So let's get into the first one, which is all about the power of simple personal belief.
Okay, first up, this story is laser-focused on one incredible idea, that a person's own faith, their own personal belief, can be the very thing that sparks their healing.
And the way this story is told, wow, it's so simple, but so incredibly powerful. You can just feel the sheer desperation of this woman meeting this one single focused thought. And get this, she doesn't say a word out loud. Her faith is totally internal, this quiet, private conviction.
So when you lay it all out like this, it just clicks, doesn't it? I mean, look, her condition has been going on for 12 years. The action? It's tiny, just touching a piece of clothing. But the catalyst, the thing that makes it all happen, that's her own personal belief. The story makes it super clear. Her own faith is what made her well.
Okay, let's move on to our next story, because this one adds a whole new layer of complexity. We're talking about the connection between healing someone's body and having spiritual authority. So this time, the healing isn't just an act of compassion, it's also a big public demonstration of power.
So what's happening here is that Jesus isn't just healing someone out of the blue. Nope, he's actually responding directly to his critics who are challenging him, and he throws this incredible question back at them. Hey, what's easier to say? Your sins are forgiven, or get up and walk? And boom, that's the absolute heart of it, right? I mean, think about it. Anyone can say your sins are forgiven. You can't see it, you can't prove it, it's totally invisible. But telling a man who can't move to get up and walk? Well, if he actually does it, that's immediate, visible proof that you've got some real authority. The physical healing basically becomes the evidence for the spiritual claim. All right, story number 3, and here the focus shifts. It's not just about the miracle itself, but about what happens after. It's all about the response of the people who've been healed. What's so fascinating about this one is that the big miracle, it kind of happens off screen. These men are healed from a distance, while they're just walking away, following an instruction. So it's this huge group healing, but the real point of the story hinges on how each person reacts afterward.
So let's get the picture straight. You've got 10 men. All of them have leprosy, which was a devastating diagnosis. And they are all miraculously cleansed. This is a total life changer for every single one of them. But out of all 10 of them,
only one comes back to say thank you. And that's the twist, right? The story isn't just about the power to heal, it's a huge spotlight on how important it is to actually be grateful for that healing.
Okay, on to our last story from the article. And this one is different. It really stands out because the method of healing is so, weird. It's not just a word or a simple touch. This is a hands-on, physical, almost bizarre process. Yeah. Let's just sit with that for a second. He spits on the ground, makes mud with it, and smears it on a blind man's eyes. I mean, how wild is that? It's so earthy and tangible, you can almost feel it. And it's such a stark contrast to the other stories we've just looked at.
So if you break it down, you see this isn't just a magic poof moment, it's a process. First, there's the strange physical action with the mud. But then there's a command. The blind man has to actually do something. He has to trust this really bizarre instruction and go wash. His obedience is a key part of the whole thing.
Okay, so we've walked through these 4 very distinct stories. What's the big picture here? What's the overarching message when you put them all together? Let's zoom out and connect the dots. And when you lay them out side by side like this, the different themes just pop. You've got healing that comes from simple faith, from a clear demonstration of authority, one that's all about gratitude and one that happens through totally unconventional means. It's like each story shows a different road to the same destination: restoration.
And that brings us right back where we started, to the central idea from that American Bible Society article. The reason these stories have stuck around for so long is because they are meant to do one thing: offer us encouragement, hope, and peace, especially when we're facing a crisis.
So we'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. Whether you read these as literal history or as powerful metaphors, they all point to a deeper question. What do these varied paths to wholeness, through faith, authority, gratitude, and even obedience, what do they really tell us about the nature of hope itself? Something to think about. Thanks for joining this explainer.